Okay. Obviously, I'm proud of the guys. I thought it was our most complete game. There's some frustrating moments offensively for us. But with that said, I mean, we're extremely efficient on offense. Played great on defense and special teams as well. So complete game. Feels good to be 6-0. We will approach this like we do the rest of them. Enjoy a win, and tomorrow get back at it. And you're only as good as your next one. So got another tough one next week. Can't get too excited about it. Can't feel too good about it. But with that said, it's hard to win. It's hard to win. So when you do, you got to enjoy it a little bit. Take some questions.
You said a week or two ago your receivers had to impress you by really making plays. Did they do some of that with those catches today?
Yeah, they made some tough catches. They did some contested catches. It's a frustrating bunch to coach against. Gary's really good at what he does, and those guys are incredibly sound. So there wasn't a whole lot of open guys. So we had to make some plays when we were contested, and we did. I think Skylar, he was 16 of 23. So, completion percentage was up, and the receivers helped him out.
The quick start, turnovers, just how important was that?
It's big. I mean, it's big. I was disappointed we didn't get that second touchdown, or at least some points off of it. You jump up on them like that, you got to get points on the board. So I was disappointed in that. We got 2 turnovers off of special teams, which was great. They had 3. Did they have 3 turnovers? Yeah. So they had 3, we had 0. That's the second game in a row we've had 0. We're doing a good job of being efficient on offense, and a big part of that is taking care of the football. We get turnovers. It's not the turnovers that matter. It's what happens with the turnovers. So it was good to get 7 points off that first one, but the next 2, 0 points. It's probably the only negative in the game.
Do you think the defense looked at it as just like such a challenge to come in playing back-to-back weeks, top 10 offenses, and obviously a lot of times everybody's mentioned WVU and the offense, but obviously that defense showed last 2 weeks they came to play. Is that something the guys are just kind of feeding off that, I don't want to say negative attention, but just saying, hey, we can play ball too, and it's not just a one-dimensional type of show. It's
the only way it hasn't been for quite some time. I mean, we're not going to apologize for spending a lot of time trying to get better out in defense. It's been a work in progress. This is 4 years into it, So Gibby's doing a great job. Kids got confidence. Staff's working really well together. We like where we're at when it comes to that, and I mean that they hear about it, but more importantly, they work hard and the coaches coach hard, and that's more important than what people are saying.
Did you get an explanation of the battle targeting call?
No. I mean, did you? I mean, it's 2 weeks in a row. I mean, it's you can probably slow-mo any, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about it, you can probably slow-mo every single tackle, and there's probably some sort of contact with the head. I get the rule, and I support it, and we teach hard on getting the head up and getting the head to the side, but there's things that happen so quick, it's unavoidable. I don't know where it goes.
Can you just talk a little bit about, they got to 14-10, and you guys came out, had a heck of a drive. I mean, quick score. Russell had some good carries, a nice catch. Just about that drive after they got it within 14-10.
We got in a rhythm for the first time. Our first 4 possessions were 3 plays. Now we scored on 2 of them. There's 2 3-and-outs, and there was 2 3-play scores. So there was no rhythm. I was starting to get concerned with it because they got into a little bit of rhythm on offense, and they moved the ball down and scored. And at that time, our time of possession wasn't very good. So we got into a rhythm where I think we ran 9 plays that drive and moved it down the field, and I felt much better about where we're at after that drive.
Skylar, it looked like it wasn't easy for him today with the pressure and him having to make some decisions to run. Just relative to what he faced, how did he perform?
Just not a lot of open people. I mean, I've been saying this all week. These guys match routes as good as anybody in college football. They're coached well. They know what's happening. I did a lot of different things that were a little different for what we do. There wasn't a whole lot of wide open guys to throw to. I mean, that makes it hard in the pocket for him, especially when they got those guys rushing. I mean, those two ends are as good as it gets, and you know, they were blitzing corners. I know the corner got him once. Pankey was sitting there. He's looking at this 5'10", 180-pound corner coming at him, and the guy just slipped him. But they blitzing corners and bringing the 30 off the edge as well. I mean, they're pretty good at what they do. Thought he did a good job of sitting in there and you know, getting some scramble yards. That was important.
Talk about two things. One, the way Shell controlled things and ran the ball, and two, about the way you control the ball for 13 minutes and 30 seconds coming out there in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's good to see somebody notice that. Boy, I tell you, it's hard to score, or it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to do a lot of things when you don't have the ball. So, you know, it was kind of part of the thing, something that we talked about at halftime. You know, we're able to do it because we got a little bit of a lead. Our guys felt good about getting in a huddle and being in traditional sets and just running the ball. And that's pretty much what we did the whole second half. It was good enough to win. If we would have had to sit back there and throw the ball a whole bunch, I don't know how good we would have been, because they're good at what they do when it comes to the pass defense. Shell, great. Team leader, doing excellent job in practice. He's a completely different guy than he's been the last couple years. He's practicing hard. He's had his best week of practice. His leadership skills are great. He's one of the team's favorite guys. He's one of the coaching staff's favorite guys. He's probably turning into a crowd favorite now. Really proud of his performance and proud of his leadership and where he's at as a person at this point as well.